Definitely got to say parental advisory because people tend to swear when they've had revenge laid out on them.
And also, it's summer 7 o'clock. So we're not sure if kids are sleeping still. And then you might hear this later in your house on your Google device or whatever. And you're like, let's hear what happened on revenge. So we still say parental discretion advice because we never know what's going to happen. But we acknowledge that less amount of children, like a lower amount of kids are in right now than they were 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, we play this again at 9 o'clock, so
that's a good point.
Definitely.
The summer 7. Okay, so I know Tiffany's saying bye. Let's get her story. Good morning, Tiffany.
Good morning, guys.
Good morning, Tiffany. So who's you getting revenge on this morning?
I got revenge on my cousin's best friend's ex-boyfriend who dumped her for a 24-year-old.
Let me get this straight. Cousin's best friend's ex-boyfriend?
Who is, by the way, gross. He's 49 years old, and he went for a 24-year-old.
But wait, how does this affect you, though? I mean, you're way out in another orbit for revenge. I mean, this is not even affecting you directly?
I get it. It's kind of 6 degrees of separation, but I had heard about it, and I felt bad for my cousin's best friend. And the thing is, I had seen pictures. I did not know the ex-boyfriend, but I had seen pictures.
Got it.
I grew up with my cousin's best friend. Like, I grew up with her. Like, I know her family. Like, I felt bad for her.
Okay, so this is somebody that you absolutely have had in your life. Why did you want to get back at him?
Because I heard she got dumped on, and then this guy went for a 24-year-old, and I'm a hairstylist. And so last week, this guy walks in to get a haircut, and he looked really familiar, and then it dawns on me. I sneak a picture. I send it to my cousin. My cousin sent it to a best friend, and I get confirmation it's Barry.
Barry is the guy that did your cousin's best friend dirty.
And I had some fun.
I don't want you to tell them the revenge, but what was Barry saying to you?
Oh, I'm going to my girlfriend's parents' house. I'm like, oh, you are? Okay, let's make you look really good.
Oh, my God.
But did he talk about the girlfriend, or did you fish for questions knowing who he is in your chair?
I was like, oh, when did you meet? How long have you been together? I got all the details.
You hairdressers, you love to gossip in that chair.
Mm-hmm. And then I gave him the best haircut of his life.
And we have Barry on hold. I mean, I think you guys know where this is going to go.
I'm going to guess.
Got a pretty good idea.
The sarcasm in her voice.
He's like, are you single? I was like, no, I'm not. He's like, oh, if you were.
Oh, man, yeah.
What's this guy look like?
He's old. He has gray hair, and he's gross.
He must have done something to get a 24-year-old.
Yeah, it's called a wallet.
Yeah. Good point.
Okay, so we're going to connect Barry into the call, Tiffany, and then I'll tell him you're on and you have something to share with him.
Are you changing the height of your chair now?
Yeah.
Yes, actually, I am.
Okay, well, hold on. Let me get Barry on the phone, and then we'll tell him you're on the phone, too, and we can have the conversation. So stand by. Hi, Barry. Welcome to the Rule and Ryan Show. Thanks so much for joining us today.
Hey, how y'all doing?
We're doing fantastic. So on Tuesdays, we let people kind of air out their grievances.
Well, people come to us all the time, Barry. As you know, the Rule and Ryan Show talks to a lot of people, and they reach out for things they want to resolve or things they want to bring to the table. Her name is Tiffany. Before I get her on the phone, do you know anybody by the name of Tiffany that you can think about, like, is familiar to you?
Yeah, I do. This goddamn woman that just screwed my haircut up for a very important occasion, and she just destroyed it. I was furious. I got her fired.
Okay.
Oh, you got her fired?
Oh, I didn't know that.
That Tiffany is the Tiffany, and she's conferenced in now. Tiffany, say hello to Barry.
Hi, Barry.
You.
Oh. Now, Tiffany, I didn't know you got fired.
It doesn't matter because I was going to leave the salon anyway. So you know what? I gave this person the haircut he deserves.
Oh, you got to tell us, what's the hair look like now?
It just looks bad. It looks like all right?
What'd she do to it?
I had a little bit of salt and pepper, so I wanted to get that out, so it's back to my original color, and it ended up coming out like purple.
Oh, man.
And then she messed up the cut, so that's like I had these stupid-looking bang things. Oh, I look like a f***ing idiot.
Oh, my God.
Okay.
Tiffany, you got to explain, what exactly did you do to him?
I kind of did sort of a bowl cut, and I also dyed it a little blue, but I got rid of the grays, didn't I?
It came out purple?
But tell him
That's
why,
funny.
Tiffany, because what you don't know, Barry, is Tiffany has told us this entire scenario about what made her want to do that to you.
Barry, you're a scumbag who cheated on my cousin's best friend. I know who you
What
are.
f***ing business is that of yours?
Excuse me?
Zero to do with you, you ignorant little.
Whoa! You can't use that one.
Holy cow.
Not
No,
okay.
no,
Oh, my
no.
God.
I know you're mad, but you're don't be a dirtbag, dude. That's gross.
She has no right to do that. It's none of her business.
And you have no right to cheat on my cousin's best friend because you're a dirtbag.
All right, so Barry, what happened as a result of the haircut?
You were bragging about going to meet your new girlfriend's family. Is that what you had to go meet them?
Well, yeah, I still had to go. It was the next day. I kept the hat on as long as I could. But then we had to sit down at dinner. I can't sit at the dinner table with a hat on my head. And I took it off, and the father looked at me like I was some kind of weirdo.
So, Barry, what is happening? You know, you take off the hat, you got the purple Spock haircut. How does your girlfriend react to
Like
this?
Spock.
Our jaw hit the floor. She didn't know what to think. Then it comes out that I'm a little older than she thought I was.
Oh, she didn't know how old you are?
Well, I told her, she knew I was older, but I didn't know I was 49.
Oh, are you lying about it?
All right, Brittany thinks I'm like mid-30s, late 30s.
Okay, and Brittany we said 24.
Did you think this was going to last if you're lying about your age?
Yeah,
I mean,
you got a 25-year age gap.
So what?
I say,
does
so what?
work
But
for
you
some
lied.
people, but they want to know they're dating somebody 25 years older than they are.
So did you tell the age? Did you tell him you were 49?
Yeah, I admitted to 40s.
Oh, my God. See, he's a liar scumbag.
Yeah, and you're a little
Oh, my God.
All right, I get you're mad.
I'd be mad.
All right.
And no more name calling on either side, please.
Barry,
Tiffany,
you've
you got
used-
your
All right, well, then tell her
revenge.
to knock it the off.
Barry, I think we're done with you. You've used every profane word in the book.
I mean, she's still with you, but I don't know how she feels about being lied to about your age, and who knows how much influence her family has. I guess did this sit kindly with her family that you're 49?
We'll take care of ourselves. Mind your own business.
That's
All
fine.
right, all right. We're going to say goodbye to Barry.
Thanks for
Bye,
taking
Spock.
on
Live long and
these-
prosper.
Yeah, remember, Tiffany, what goes around comes around, you little
Oh, my God.
I said
All
no
right.
more name calling. Go to your corners.
And that's exactly what happened, Barry.
I was hoping never lands in your
That's
chair
pretty
again.
gutsy, though, because, you know, your reputation is everything. When you're a hairdresser, you gave the guy...
I'd hire you and
Purple
give you
bowl
a
cut.
raise if you did that. I want someone on my team like that cares about their friends, takes care of them, has their back.
Anyway, wow, Tiffany, you really went out there for somebody you don't know in the name of what's right when it comes to getting dumped.
Well, you guys heard what kind of scumbag he is, and he deserved it.
He used some bad words.
You need some soap in that mouth.
Yeah, definitely that was a creative revenge. Thanks so much for reaching out to us, and take care of yourself, okay, Tiffany?
You're welcome, guys. Bye.
Bye.
I guess you really love your friend if you're doing that for her.
I can't think of, like, if I was a hairdresser, I don't think I wouldn't risk my
Stylist.
reputation.
It's a stylist.
We've done that before. We asked hairdressers to call in or people that cried. Mm-hmm. Like you do all that work on them and they look in the mirror and they start
like,
crying. 'cause it was-
Or
and
they
what
try and hold
thought.
it together and they go around the corner and cry.
I used to cry every single time I got my hair cut
Like,
when I was
you
younger.
did? What happened?
Every single time. And you know me, I don't cry.
But why'd you cry?
But would you
Because-
cry because your mom told them to cut your hair shorter
No,
than you
it
wanted, or
just-
you were just on your own and like making your own decisions
In
and then
high
you
school,
cried?
my hair would not grow. I had something, I forget what the term of it was, but my hair would not grow. So it was always one length. But obviously you still had to trim it and everything like that. And so if they trimmed to like a fourth of an inch
more
off,
than
it
you
would
wanted.
just be shorter then.
it would just be shorter,
stay
and I
short.
would instantly cry because I was like, oh my God, my hair's never going to grow.
Did you do it in front of them or did you wait till you left?
Oh, I would be so mad. Like my mom would tell me like I had to be nice.
Oh, okay. So
Like
you
it
had,
was
you
like
had,
I would have like a mental breakdown in the chair.
So did
And, like,
they,
I just
but did
couldn't-
you warn the stylist before you sat down? Like they know, like okay, so
Oh, yeah,
Sam's
so-
hair doesn't really grow, so she's very sensitive
knew
about
the
how much
split
you're
ends.
going
She
to
knew
cut.
this. So the hairstylist has actually known my dad longer than my parents have been together.
Oh my God,
wow.
how funny!
Yeah, she's been like at all of our weddings, family events, and everything like that. So she knows that I'm very like hypersensitive about
But obviously
it.
your hair's grown now because it's like almost down to your bottom.
Right, and that's why I won't cut it because I'm so terrified that if I cut it, it's
It won't
never
grow
going to
back.
grow back.
Interesting.
Like scarred from it. Sorry.
Is it like a
Really?
condition?
Yeah, it
I've
was.
never heard
I
of such a
forget. Yeah,
condition
it
where
was.
your hair
called?
doesn't grow.
I'll have to look it up. I forget what it was, but it was something like
Like hormones and stuff when you were
it was like
younger?
hormones and then like thyroid. It like all played
Plus,
together.
you were a sports kid,
Yeah, it was.
and when you're super athletic as a
well,
kid,
there's no
sometimes
way it
messes
didn't
with
grow
you.
at all.
weird.
It would have to grow because you constantly are losing hair every day of your life.
Right, but as you like, there's like those wives' tales that if you trim your hair's supposed to grow faster,
Yeah, that's not.
and
actually
that's not true.
We just make
But, like,
ourselves think that.
As you know, like if you get your hair cut just a little bit and it's
Yeah.
a little different than what you're used to, it's like the most traumatic thing. Nobody else can notice.
Oh, Eric and
But
Roulette can
you
tell you
can.
that.
Yeah.
They saw me come into an appearance with. You remember that one
Bleach
time?
blonde, yeah.
Oh God!
He went
Like
full
for-
bleach
I
blonde.
fell asleep in the chair.
Like I got my hair cut and for Rula's wedding, and the guy did an awful job.
Oh, really?
That time it was like really short, and I hated it. I
didn't
see
like
a photo. It's a picture of Kevin Phoenix and myself. I'm like, oh,
Yeah,
dang
it's traumatic.
I still
cry,
tell
though.
myself I will walk
I know.
into.
For me to cry, though.
Yeah, the crying. There's Mike's Barber Shop on Chimney Rock heading towards 59. And I always say, I should just walk in there and see what it looks like in there. My mom would take all 5 of us there and just
Oh my
say,
gosh,
short. She would just say, short.
Oh.
I still have visuals of me sitting in my school uniform after school, and there was a mirror behind the chairs where you wait for your haircut.
How short?
And I would look, and my whole hair was like boy cut. I was just boy cut.
Like a
Sixth
bowl
grade.
cut?
Wow.
Not bowl, just a boy cut.
Okay.
It was just cut like a boy. Like I got boy cuts until I grew my hair out so long that in the 8th grade I went to Visible Changes in the Galleria for the first time.
Oh, damn, that was the big.
And then the guy like brushed through my hair and he was like, "Wow, I have to cut like 4 inches off of your hair. How long has it been since you cut it?" I said, "Probably since 6th grade."
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
I would
Absolutely, 'cause
not
you
let
get
my mom
scarred.
cut my hair
Yes,
again. Or let
100%.
somebody cut my hair.
Wow.
Is Mike's Barbershop still there? Somebody text me at 37530. I think it is. Coming up next, Rula's Relationship Roulette. Here's what's on the docket today. I have a lot of friends who are out in the dating world on different apps, and their frustration is, why do you say things you don't intend to do, guys? I'm talking from a girl perspective. I am the voice of my single friends who are on apps. Why do you guys lie? You basically just throw things out there, like see what sticks. I mean, why do you say things you don't intend to do or just false?
Is that even true?
They're being truthful to meet you. They're being truthful on the date.
So you need guys to call in. Do you think any? I really just don't think
It's
a guy-
like ask the
Guy
guys.
is going to
kinda.
actually say, yeah, I tell them what they want to hear.
Well, it's anonymous. We don't know who you are. If you openly, you know that you are not truthful on dates. Why are you doing that?
This might be anybody listening who.
It's a
be.
liar.
It could be because
It's a
my
liar.
frustrated single girlfriends want to know, why do guys just lie on profiles and dates on what they intend to do? Why? Why are you liars? 713-390-KRVE. You have liarrhea.
See if we get Larry. I don't want that.
Next on the Rule and Ryan Show.
It's called Rula's Relationship Roulette. I think you might be stumped on this one, Rula.
No, we've got callers. 713-390-KRVE. We're going to try and go to as many people as we can. We're asking the question on behalf of the single ladies who have come across liars in their dating experience. Why? Why don't you just do the things that you say you're going to do?
Lies!
Why are you making things up about yourself and then the girl comes to find out, well, that's not true?
Is it like faking that they have hair, like that cat?
Oh, yeah.
It could be about the job, what the real job is. It could be about
Because the guy's
intentions.
like, I know I'm a good person, and if I just had 1 hour with you,
You
we'd
could
have
overlook
fun.
this deficiency I have.
Because I'm I work at a meat packing plant, or I'm a pest control guy or something. You might not give me a chance. So
One of
maybe
my
they think
friends
about
went on a
that.
date, and on her third date with this
lie about your
guy,
job.
Could be.
about the job, with the third date with this guy that my friend and I were talking about recently, she said that, she thought by the third date it was going pretty well. She was interested in him. He was interested in her. And he was talking about on that third date, how, summer's finally here and he loves to travel and he would love to go on a trip, like a day trip somewhere around here, like not making it too commitment heavy, because to tell a girl, I want to go to Mexico with you or I want to go to Europe with you, that's overpromising. But she thought it was like a day trip and he just ghosted and yeah, I don't know what you're talking about.
Man.
Yeah. Okay, let's go to William first at 713-390-KRBE. Good morning.
Good morning. Huge fan of the show.
Thank you.
Thank you.
William.
Calling in.
William, tell
Are you
us
a
your
liar?
perspective. Are you a liar?
Sam wants to
Are you
know.
an overpromiser?
I'm just kidding.
Have you
William.
done this in your past?
I am 51 years old and I've been married twice, but I can tell you from all my years of experience, I've found that women fall in love with what they hear and men fall in love with what they see. That's why that's why women wear makeup and men lie.
I think he's right.
gosh.
He's onto something
That
there.
might be a good little billboard to put there
That
at
is-
Hobby Lobby.
Tell me what you
Yeah.
lie
Good.
about. Most specifically, your Hobby Lobby billboard.
It's right next
With
to
a
9
sign.
o'clock.
I like it.
What do you most often lie about, William?
Well, like I said, I'm married, so
Or back then, what did you lie about?
Large purchases.
Oh, you would
Large
inflate your
purchases.
value. Like you'd say, oh, I bought this. You acted more baller than what you actually were.
No, my wife would walk in the garage and say, "Where'd that $4,000 kayak come from?"
Oh, damn.
I got it on sale at Academy for $200,
Yeah.
babe.
That's
Yeah.
right. That's right. That's where I got it. They gave it to me, honey. I promise. They gave it to me.
Yeah.
In your dating
relationship
life,
lies, though.
Yeah, that's not a single
that's different
lie.
than dating lies, William. In your dating life, did you lie to girls because you knew what they wanted to hear versus what you actually were?
No, when I was dating in between wives, I actually found out telling the truth, they were a lot easier to get in bed.
Telling
Really?
them the truth.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Like, what was the truth thing that usually you'd lie about that worked?
Hey, I'm not talking to anybody else while I'm with you, but I am dating other people, so don't get it wrong.
Oh,
Don't get
so
confused.
you're up front.
They kind of like that. Though.
Yeah.
And then she goes, "Oh, okay, you're
They-
honest."
maybe
with
they
me."
Yeah.
And
viewed-
then she took you to.
It's like
Maybe they viewed him
competition.
as a challenge.
Yeah, like, oh,
oh,
I'm going to keep you. Now
Interesting.
you're
I'll
staying
get
in my
rid of all
bed.
those other
I could
girls.
see
Yeah.
Sam and Rilla falling for that.
Absolutely.
You guys are
But then wouldn't that
competitive people.
put you caution, Sam? Like you're like, okay, well, how many girls are we talking about here?
I'd be like, I have a lot of boys too.
Nah, and you're the liar.
Rula, have you been?
Thank you.
Rula, I know you.
And these
you've-
are my real eyelashes.
Yeah. You pick
And I
up
draw
on.
my eyebrows.
You've been watching some of those old Seinfelds on Netflix.
Yeah.
They did the one where George, the character, he walks up and he decides he's going to be totally truthful. He goes, "I'm bald, I'm overweight, and I live with my parents, and I don't have a job." Oh, hi.
I know, and she actually
Yeah, it
worked.
was like opposite. Everything was opposite.
He's like, I've been lying my whole life. I'm just going to tell the truth and see what happens.
Right.
Alex is up next at 713-390-KRB. The question is for Rula's Relationship Roulette from my single friends. Why do men say things that they do not intend to do? Why do they lie about things when they're early dating you? Hi, Alex. Good morning.
Good morning.
Hi.
How are you doing?
Hey,
Good.
Fantastic.
So I'm glad that you called to tell us that you had lied or perhaps you are a liar. What is something you would lie about to a girl that you are
Well-
newly dating?
I did lie to my wife when we first started dating because my brother was incarcerated, my sister recently passed away, and my parents are alcoholics. So how does that sound around? Hey, my name is Alex, and all this is going on. Do you want to go out with me?
Good point.
Well, you didn't lie. You just
Yeah.
omitted.
Well,
Yeah, you just didn't bring
No,
up that
I
your
lied
brother's
and
in
I
jail.
said-
What'd you say?
No, I lied and said my brother's in a boarding school.
Oh.
He's going for a 10-year, and my sister's on a round-the-trip vacation. Oh, and I don't talk to my parents. But all that was a lie.
But to
we've
tell
been
her that
married
your
for 10
sister-
years now, and she knows the truth.
Well, that's true. But to
Wow.
tell her your sister passed away isn't something to be ashamed of. It's just a life
That's
thing
a
that happened.
tragedy
It's
that
sad.
you had to go through.
Unless she passed away because she was in the middle of a cartel fight and she was kidnapping and smuggling
No.
humans.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
you know what I mean?
not gonna be
Like something that's real sinister.
But you lie in the beginning just because you don't want to say, oh, man, that person has a lot of baggage,
You
Let
thought
me
they
not
would
be
be.
around that person.
You
That's
thought it'd
true.
be too much to take. Like, oh, this is drama overload.
Yeah, drama overload. Or like, hey, that's a red flag. Parents are alcoholic. He's probably an alcoholic. And, brother's
true.
going away for 10 years.
Right.
that's
So,
true.
Alex, at
There are
what
some
point
red
did
flags
you
for
reveal the
sure.
truth to her? I mean, y'all are married now for 10 years, but where in the relationship did you say, actually, my brother's not in boarding school, he's in jail?
When she started asking more questions, probably about a year in, she's like, did your brother ever come and visit us? Will he ever come and visit us? I was like, well, let me tell you something true. He's in jail for X, Y, and Z. He'd be out in about 8 years.
Did she freak out?
Wow.
Or like, did she freak out why he was in jail?
No, she didn't freak out why he was in jail. It's just because, like, I guess I'm the black sheep of the family. I'm polar opposite than my family. So, like, we have 2 homes that we recently purchased. And, once she got past everything, she's like, okay, you're the good one. I can deal with this.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Why would you be the black sheep? You've kept your nose clean. You've
Well,
succeeded.
You're the opposite.
He's the opposite of his family.
Figure
Yeah.
He's the black
Opposite
sheep.
of the family.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha.
A good black sheep.
Yeah. You've learned from their mistakes and you don't want to make the same mistakes.
Well, you come from a family of black sheep, and you are the only one.
Yeah, there you go.
That is on the straight and narrow. Okay, well, wow. And then the alcoholic parents part, like, where did that come into play in this journey to date your wife and date your woman into your wifehood, until she became your wife? Where did you tell her about the alcoholic parents?
One of my birthday dinners where it was kind of hard to hide that my parents were knocking too much, that they couldn't handle it. So I was like, hey, let's leave right now. Like, why don't you just sign? You're
Like a two months in,
And I
3
was like-
months in? How many months was that?
probably 3 months in.
3 months in.
Wow.
Okay.
And then that's when I invited her to one of my birthday parties for myself. She's like, we don't ever celebrate you. So I was like, okay.
So-
We went to a party at a restaurant, and it's like, yeah, parents throwing it down kind of hard to celebrate.
Oh my gosh.
man.
Your parents are throwing it
So,
hard.
Rula, I think that he's basically saying he would lie by omission because if
better
that
his-
person were to hear the full truth up front,
Right.
it would be overwhelming.
Especially the first date.
Right.
You gotta.
Come with a lot of bags. You
Yeah.
ready for these?
You
They're
gotta-
labeled in size order. Here we go.
Okay, John's up next at 713-390-KRBE. Just real quick, you found out this girl was lying about what, John?
Just everything with the way that she was just saying that she wanted something serious. So then obviously this is why I got on the dating apps. But then you find out it's not true. They use you for your lifestyle, your money, and other things. So you just kind of flip it on them. From there, I did 5 years on dating apps.
You spent 5 years, so because
But
somebody
you flipped it and you're like, screw this.
somebody
I'm-
did you wrong.
So I'm going to not tell the truth either then.
Yeah, so they I went on, I want to say 5 dates with women, and they all lied about what they wanted and what they said before we got to the date. And then from there, I was like, you know what, screw this. I flipped it, and I started using everything they wanted against them. And
Yeah, but you're
went from there.
punishing all women because of a few that were bad apples.
Are you with somebody now, or are you still out there dating and lying?
No, I am engaged now. I left that life behind me when I found the one. That was just like you said, I kind of just took it against everyone else and lived that life for quite some time.
Everything's cause and effect in this world.
Yeah, because women lied just as much as dudes. I don't think it's just guys. Come on.
I feel like we have to. We have to.
I don't want to have kids, or I don't want this. They're gonna say stuff too, or I don't like even little lies. Like my wife when we dated. Oh yeah, want to go to see this action movie? And then I found out a few months later she hates action
Hates
movies. Sometimes you just got to do what you got to do, as long as you're not harming people. And it's a lie that could like.
And we don't. I mean,
hurt
we could
people.
move on to this in the next break. But what you said, Eric, is lying when girls put on fake eyelashes and
That's
do
what a
lip
listener text-
injections.
listener
One
text
texter said, "My eyelashes didn't waste your time."
Yes.
You know what I mean?
I
Like,
thought that was a great text.
The lies of a man would waste your time, based on what he's saying. But a
I
girl
can waste your
who-
time.
Like,
you
I'm
go
look-
home with them, and then they take that off. You go, whoa.
Well, guess what? You
I
can
don't
apply
think
that
if
to
you're
anything.
into her
Guys
face
should
and her
know
body, you're not going to
that-
care
You
if
can
her
apply that
eyelashes
to
are
anything,
real or
Eric.
not.
What about
You
a
should
guy
know
that's
that
wearing
those are fake.
a really great suit and he takes it off and he's got a horrible body underneath it?
Not the same.
You can apply that to anything.
How's that not
I'm
the
sorry.
same?
If you got a bad body, a suit doesn't help you.
Spanx.
They're going to
He's
know.
wearing man
They're still going to know that
under
you're.
that suit.
He's wearing Manx.
I mean, if you're chubby and you wear a suit, you're still just a chubby suit guy. That's what you are.
It just looks more put together.
Yeah, maybe more put together, but you're still chubby.
Y'all ready?
This is Roulette and Ryan's Celebrity Scoop.
On KRBE.
Just a couple of updates to some scoop we did last week. Remember, I told you the Home Alone house, Macaulay Culkin's hit movie, of course, the Home Alone. The house went up for sale last week for $5.25 million in Winnetka, Illinois. It was only in the market for a week. They do not have the reveal of the actual selling price, but it has sold.
That means they paid cash for it.
9,126
Is that what that means?
square feet.
Like we don't know about it, right? Because if they paid cash, then we'll never know.
You won't know what
Well, I think that in the
Right?
end, don't they? I don't
Like if
know.
you pay-
When you close, I think they reveal the number.
Even if it's cash.
Yeah, they reveal the number once it's
we see
like
it?
real
Let's
estate agents
back up
can
to the
see what
fact
houses
that
sold
it's-
for, even if it was a cash sale.
9,000 square feet. I did not know. That is a huge house.
What did the dad do on that in that
He was
movie?
Yeah, what was
wealthy.
his job?
He took the whole family,
The whole family was going to Paris, and all the adults
11
were going first class.
and he paid for his uncle.
Yeah, he
or
paid for all the
or the
hanger-ons.
brother, or whatever the guy was.
I'm trying to
Yeah.
book a trip right now, and I'm like, I'm going to go broke doing this.
Yeah, they had 11.
I don't have 11 people.
What was the dad's job in Home Alone? I think we knew that. Another side little update. You know, Simon Cowell, of course, has made tons of money between Pop Idol, American Idol, X Factor, One Direction, which he put together himself after meeting all the guys from One Direction on X Factor back in 2011. They went on to sell 70 million records, and their music has been streamed more than 21 billion times. That is according to the 2020 report. Simon Cowell said the biggest regret of putting One Direction together was not owning the name One Direction. He does not own it.
Oh, he didn't get it.
No. He said if one of the band members, for whatever reason, say they don't want to tour, it can stop the others from touring because they own the name.
Oh, at least they got that.
They collectively own it.
If it was me who owned the name, it wouldn't be a problem. I can be very naive at times, and that was me being very, very naive at that time. So next time, that will be part of the deal. I have to own the name of the group that I create. They can still make most of the money, but I need to own the name.
Oh.
Because he does not own the name One Direction.
Bye, Simon.
Yeah.
Huh.
But back then, guys, think about it.
Okay.
These guys were all just auditioning for X Factor. It was 2010, actually. Harry, Niall, Zayn, Liam, Louis, and if they had been told, "Well, we're gonna call you One Direction, and I'm gonna own it," they probably would have just nodded their heads to that because they were all newbies and they just wanted to be famous.
Yeah.
So easily he could have owned that name. He did not.
Then it could have been called like
you so much, I want to shoot you in your face.
Direction of One or something. They could
Direction of One.
They would change the name to the song.
Wrong direction, right direction,
Singular
left
direction.
Yeah, singular direction.
One singular direction.
What's that from? What musical is that from?
What was that from?
Is that a chorus line? I think
Kevin's
chorus
all
line.
about singing right now. Even like behind the scenes, Kev was just singing.
By the way, somebody wanted a birthday shout out.
Sing that song.
Oh, let's see.
Sing that to Ashlyn. It's her birthday today.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Kev.
Go, sing
Ashlyn.
that. Sing
T-shirt and my panties on for your birthday. T-shirt and my panties on by Adina Howard.
I don't think that's what she was looking
Happy
for.
birthday, Ashlyn.
How very inappropriate. Thank you.
She says, my name is Ashlyn. It's my birthday, and nothing would excite me more than getting a shout out. You guys would be the first to tell me happy birthday today. Happy birthday, Ashlyn! We apologize
And
for
your
the
T-shirt
song
and
that Kevin
panties.
chose.
I do not
Kevin,
apologize
she's
for
only
that.
10.
Okay, and just say
mine.
she knows how old she is.
Yeah, you didn't see that part.
And sidebar, because we're running out of time. We're running out of time. Miranda Derrick, who's been featured in the Dance with the Devil documentary on Netflix, says she does not understand how her parents and her sister thought the documentary would help her because now she and her husband James are getting death threats. People are telling them, "Go kill yourself.
Whoa.
If I see you on the street, I'm going to throw you in my trunk and kidnap you. I'm going to kill you." All these death threats are coming to them because of the recent release of the docuseries Dancing for the Devil, the 7M TikTok cult, where people believe this is a cult. And she says she is not in a cult. She did have a relationship with her sister and parents, and now that has been strained. They are no longer speaking because of the death threats that have come their way. So
Watch
make
this
of it what you
documentary
want.
and make up your own mind, but it sure looks like a cult to me.
I feel like I have a life when I don't know what the hell you're talking about. Like I feel good about myself.
It's
the
on
TikTok 7M cult.
It's on
Like if
Netflix.
I knew about that, I'd be like,
I just saw like a quick Instagram video about it, and I was like,
Yo, Sam, I think
watched
you'd
it, but
like
I've
this
seen the
one.
preview.
I was glued to it.
too busy with Rookie.
yeah.
And Ryan Show on KRBE with what's going down in H-Town.
And I'm not taking shots at you, Ryan, for watching because I watch a lot of stuff.
Oh, no.
I'm just saying I feel good for once not knowing something.
You know why I
that means I
watched it?
actually went outside and got a tan.
I watched it because I was
Hanging out at my pool.
stuck on a flight for like 3 hours, and I'm like, oh, okay, this is perfect.
That's
I
the
can
best time to watch
this.
stuff
Yeah.
on a flight.
So ERCOT says there's a chance Texas could be facing rolling blackouts this summer. I thought they're the Energy
Shocker.
Reliability Council.
Man, we
They're
can't
just
catch a break.
preemptive striking. This happens every summer. This is a story.
Yeah.
They put it out there. So they say, "Well, don't say we didn't warn you."
Right.
I mean, let's see. How many people did they kill during the February freeze? About 400 people died.
Now,
because of
how
that?
about you don't phrase it that
Well,
way?
they didn't kill, but
Yeah,
I'm
they
just
didn't.
How about
saying,
you
like,
don't phrase it that way?
Yeah,
How many people lost their life,
lost their
unfortunately,
lives.
because of the
Yes,
freeze?
Yes. So they say there's a 12% chance that we could have controlled outages this summer. The newest Buc-ee's in Lulang just opened up
In
yesterday.
where?
In
Where was that?
Luling.
Sam, where was that?
Buc-ee's in Luling.
Luling.
There you go, Sam.
Luling.
Sam was worried she wasn't going to say that right
Yesterday, yeah.
It's not
It's really close to Seguin.
Luling. Luling.
Seguin spelled Seguin,
Yeah.
which you have to know how to say it.
Yeah, I don't think we know how to
Yeah.
spell
You're not
it.
from
So
here.
here's what they did.
Yeah, it's hard to know.
They've always had a Buc-ee's there. That opened up back in 1982. And back they started their first gas station in 1982.
Yeah, that
they
was the
opened
first
up
one,
their
right?
first one in Luling in 2003. Okay, so it's 21 years old. And what they did is they had that store open until 10 p.m. Sunday night. They closed it down. And then Monday morning at 6 a.m., they opened this new giant one, which is twice as big. They doubled their space. So if you're on your way to trip to New Braunfels or if you're headed to San Antonio, they now have a new Buc-ee's that is double the size. And real quick, Air Innovations Heating and Cooling is hiring right now. They're looking for HVAC technicians with at least 1 year residential experience. You can send your resume to airinnovationsllc.com and search careers if you're looking for work this summer. And that's what's going down in H-Town.
Oh, we also got a text. Someone says, it's also my birthday. I've turned 60 today. My family left the house and nobody wished me a happy birthday.
Oh, no. What's your name? Happy birthday.
Yeah, you got to put your name
Yeah,
in
what's
it
your
so
name?
Kev can sing to you.
Well, Ashlyn is
Get your
20
panties in your
28.
shoes.
She's 28, so it wasn't
Kevin.
completely inappropriate.
Sing the song for the
best thing
person
ever.
turning
Was that
60.
sure a song?
I am not singing that. It's by Adina Howard.